Hi everyone, and welcome to Red Dot Games. So I'm starting a new game of EVE Online today. I've played this game once, many years ago. This is my old account. I have a character on here actually, which I created. I think approximately, it's about nine years ago now. I've been following this game for an extremely long time, and I've been extremely impressed by the way that the developers, CCCP, I think it is, have managed to maintain this huge single instance MMO in space. And I think most people who know this game or have some experience with it are aware of how it's a sort of tactical, real-time RTS MMO style. There's a lot about EVE Online which I don't know. I have to say I've been a huge fan of the genre. I'm very much into science fiction. I'm a huge fan of the modularity and also the fact that you can level up skills using real world time as opposed to sort of physically grinding them out in game. And a lot of the reason why I've always been a big fan of it at a personal level is because I am a huge science nerd. I've been reading science fiction most of my life. The second one is because I unfortunately have a day job that requires me to spend copious amounts of time away from home. I travel a lot for business as well, and as a result I'm not at my computer a lot. So the reason why I'm sort of thinking of starting this game, and I've sort of jumped in and out with this one character that I've maintained over 8 years, but I've never actually had a subscription to EVE for longer than a year. And very frankly, even within having one of those subscriptions, I've barely played. And I've been very fortunate to, in previous runs, have met very kind people through the corporation system, which I think analogous to other MMOs are like your guilds, except that you can set one up. Anyone can set one up, play your corporations, and there are multiple sort of outcomes and regions. And there's this whole split between high security, and low security space. And high security, basically, you can't go around killing everyone else. It's sort of predominantly PvE, and then it kind of transitions through to increasing amounts of PvE as you step down. I think from 1.0, which are tightly controlled core areas, where the official police force Concord, I think, which are basically bots maintained by EVE, the developer, and the system sort of warp in and take out any sort of unlicensed PvP. Now there's a whole bounty system and there's a lot of that, but the fact of the matter is, to all intents and purposes, I've played this before, but I am new to the game. I have not played it in about 6 years now in any form at all. This is a return. It's been very pleasing to me to sort of see how the interface and the graphics have changed. I've not played this before, so with this sort of let's play, which I'm sort of starting all over again, I'll be relearning the game as much as you guys will sort of watch, observe, and I don't want to say learn, but sort of we'll start on this journey together. And I'd really welcome your comments. If you like the channel, please subscribe. This is the second game. It's a very early channel. I've played some StarCraft 2 Desert Strike Hot Seat. That's one of the arcade games that's, I think, more popular. And the reason why you won't see me playing too many sort of fast twitch high-end coordination games is because I'm not particularly good at it, and I could do it for laughs, and maybe we'd have some good laughs if I played one of those games. But I generally tend to prefer slower paced, more well thought out intellectual games. I'm not going to say I'm any better at those than the fast twitch ones, but I enjoy them more because I know I don't inherently suck, and I could try and learn how to get better at the game. So this is the sort of first screen you see in EVE Online when you sort of boot up the character creation page, and a bit of background. You can read all this on the website, and there are numerous fan forums on the 4 playable races. There's the 5th one called the Jovian, and there are a few other minor races which are all not playable. These are the 4 playable ones. The Amar is sort of a big imperialist monarchy. The Minmatar are basically the rebels that broke away from the Amar Empire, if I remember correctly. I'm being very reductive here, I know, so I apologize. And they're sort of tribal, sort of barbarian type culture. This is that old empire trappings of imperialistic nature. The Gallente are, sort of the, I guess if any of you guys are old enough to have played Sid Meier's Colonization, this is, I suppose, analogous to the French, where it's all about freedom and personal expression and open markets, and everything's about liberty. And Caldari are basically a huge corporate, mega corporation, oligarchy, where you have a few corporations, and they run everything, and everyone's inducted into this corporate state, and you work for different corporations and their corporate rivalries, and there's a council which deals with all these other sort of factions. And there are lots of games that they can play out this sort of theme, corporate espionage. Shadowrun, we might play some Shadowrun at some point. They have that whole corporate overlay. So in the past, I created a Caldari character. So I think this would be the race. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna play this time around. There are some subtle differences apart from wanting to do the whole roleplay thing and be part of the character. In short, the Caldaris tend to use a lot of, if I'm not wrong, they use missile-based weapons. The Minmatar use projectile-based weapons, so bullets. The Amar, they're laser-based, and I think the Gallente tend to use drones, if I'm not wrong. So I'm quite torn between these three. I figure out whether I want to sort of be rakish and brutish, and the whole Minmatar let's die for honor thing, and basically the subjugated, sort of go in machine guns blazing thing, or the Amar sort of heavy shield. So the Minmatar fast agile ships and its heavy shield sort of laser flagship type thing, or the Gallente have these sort of drone carriers, which are also really cool. The Caldari basically missile frigates. To be honest, you can pilot ships from any one of these. It's just where you start and what you identify with, and it sort of shapes the early game. In the late game, I think it doesn't really matter. But I've never actually gotten that far. So, like I said, this is a start for new Let's Play. It's a new journey, and I'm really thankful that you guys who are watching this are along with me. So, what do you think? So this is the first try. So I'm a free markets guy. I've worked in finance. I like the whole structure thing, but I'm not one of these big corporate guys. This whole imperialistic thing, it doesn't really speak to me. See the Minmatar, Gallente, and you know what? Let's do one of these really sort of. What would be more exciting for you guys to watch? Sort of run in and shoot people up, or like bit more tactical? I suppose it depends on what kind of profession and career we want to go down. There's so many things you can do. For you guys who've read a little bit about EVE Online, it's a huge sandbox. You can do whatever you want. You can interact with people, you can not interact with people. You can be a pirate, you can be a smuggler, you can be a trader, a legitimate trader. Get involved in really boring mining. You can just exploration, find stuff, sell it, make money, get bigger ships, join a corporation, fight with other corporations. You know what? For now, let's just try a Gallente character. Champions of liberty and defenders of the downtrodden. I'll let you guys listen to this.
The Gallente Federation is a powerful and prosperous multicultural dominion that welcomes outsiders with open arms. Intolerant of closed societies, the Gallente are fierce defenders of personal and social liberties.
You know what? Can I actually sort of click away from this? No. What if I click the Amar? Oh, well, I'll just click through this and let you guys listen to it.
Is the largest and oldest oldest of the four empires. Ruled by a mighty empress, Amar is a theocratic society capable of selfless acts and unspeakable evil, all in the name of their god. The Kaldari state is a union of powerful mega-corporations governed by a strict meritocracy. The state is a fiercely competitive and ruthless society whose hyper-capitalistic ways have brought its people both misery and triumph. Once a thriving tribal civilization, the Minmatar were enslaved by the Amar Empire for hundreds of years. Most were freed after a great rebellion, but only at a tremendous cost. Today, the Minmatar Republic is a strong, resurgent nation, determined to win back the glory of its past.
So, those are the introductions to the 4 playable factions, and you know what? I'm gonna go with Gallente because, hey, champions of liberty and defenders of the downtrodden, why not, right? Progressive leaders, scientists, and businessmen, yeah, I can identify with that. They identify heavily on drones and automated systems. Yeah, you know, I was talking about my general lack of aptitude when it comes to fast Twitch games, so I guess this is not bad. Let's go with Gallente. So when you pick a faction, you have a bloodline, and you know each one of the 4 playable factions has 3 bloodlines, and this doesn't really do too much, if I recall correctly, other than sort of influence where you kind of start and your sort of initial allegiances and who takes care of you. Maybe if I click through them again, there'll be some form of okay, there's no sort of video, but it does say down here, the nation of Jinmei is the latest addition to the Federation. They took to the stars comparatively late, as it took generations for them to transform their rigorous case system enough for qualified people not to be excluded through class-based discrimination. Despite being at odds with the libertarian culture of the Gallente, the case system has not been completely eliminated, nor is it likely to be further discouraged by the federal government due to its cultural implications. The Intaki are one of the largest ethnicities of the Federation. Exceedingly gifted communicators, they are prominent among the federal bureaucracy. Though mostly assimilated into Gallente culture, they still cling to their own identities and beliefs, most notably their unusual theories regarding death and rebirth. These theories give them a unique outlook on life and the living, and many attribute the Intaki's stoic nature to this philosophy. The Gallente value freedom and individual liberty above all else. Founders of the only true democracy of New Eden, they have created an ethnically diverse, culturally rich, progressive society that encourages enterprise and initiative in its citizens. While slow to anger and occasionally indecisive, they are also capable of harnessing enormous military and economic resolve when truly tested. So, do we want these? These guys look like this is like cultural play in the Japanese rigorous case system and whatnot, and this is kind of like in between, I guess. I wonder what these unique theories regarding death and rebirth are like. That's sort of what Hindu or Buddhism type things. Very strange. Now these look like your bog standard democracy first freedom fighters. Do we want to be special, unique? I'm gonna go with the Jinmei, just because they're new and I'm new to this. So, and it took generations for my family to get into streaming video games online. So why not? We'll go with Jinmei. So for you guys who are wondering, I am playing this on 4K. I think I have the highest video settings enabled. I have a pretty decent rig at home, which I finally put together at the end of last year when the new Skylake processors sort of got released, and I wanted a rig for a long time. So Gallente, Jinmei, mail. What is this? Get help. Randomize all. Let's see what we get. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Don't know if you can change it in game, but I'm not going to bore you guys on the video. This guy looks alright. There you go. Maybe his eyes are a little strange. Might shuffle that around a little bit. That looks better. Hairstyles, skin details, clothes. What else can we get? Outer mid layer. Ooh, very samurai. Not really my sort of thing. I don't know. He's starting to look like a oriental version of Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. Kind of like the jumper jacket. Jeez. It's with the aviators, man. This is okay. It's a bit Mass Effect. Oh, this is alright. Let's touch that complexion around a little bit. It looks a bit more real. Don't like the eyes still. That looks alright. Hairstyles. Doesn't seem to be changing, but oh, what is this? Can we like do something? Oh, you can click on it and then it kind of opens up the menu. Alright, that is a terrible hairstyle, dude. You know what? Let's just sort of head straight back to I kind of liked what it was before, actually. Maybe I shouldn't have changed it. Anyway, feel free to sort of skip on ahead and I'll try and edit this out anyway if I don't take too long. Come on. Why isn't it changing? Oh, if I can go back through history here, what I will do is just kind of click here. System's a little bit laggy. You know, whatever, doesn't really matter. Let's just go on. It'll be a surprise. What does our character look like? Oh, there you go. Looks like a honky gangster. That's alright. What is this? Backgrounds, poses, lights. Oh. This is interesting. It's good. Don't they have anything brighter? This is all really kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah, they would identify as Gallente or... Ooh, let's go for one of these science fiction-y type things. Looks a bit like what you see in Tron. Anyway, let's not waste too much time on this. We should kind of get into the game proper and see what it's really like. It's quite a lot of variability though. Maybe I'll come back when you guys aren't sort of watching me click through all these things and get into the game itself. Quickly here. Okay, let's just go with this. I'm not too fussed. Okay, choose your ancestry. So there are 3 sub choices here: Sangdo caste, the ruling class, benevolent and charitable hand, yada yada, distinct talent for winning loyalty. Okay, Sango, upper middle class. Most commonly employed as government officials. Jinko, middle and lower classes. continued advancement. Okay, so basically it's, are you a upperclassman, sort of upper class, middle class, and worker B class. I like the underdog story. Let's go with one of these Jinko case things. So education, through the Navy, University, Center for Advanced Studies, industrialists. Oh, that's interesting. Anthropology department. What the heck is all this? So, do we want to be military, sciencey, or artsy? I think those are the three choices. You know what? Let's be sciencey, because I like science fiction. Choose your name. So I guess let's call ourselves Red Dode. What? I can't put a space bar in. Dodot. Let's check that. Oh, okay, let's go Red Dodot. I guess I should choose a more sort of Asian sounding name, but you know, seeing as we are Jin Mei. But it doesn't really matter. Red Dodot, let's go. Finalize. Okay. It's got red hair too. Reddish, so that's okay. Hello, I am Aura, your capsule's AI assistant. I'm going to show you some of the opportunities New Eden has to offer. Accept. Ah, very pretty. Accept. Look at. Icon for look at command. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure this out, guys. Oh, there we are. Show info. Look at. There you go. Any object. Okay, let's zoom out. Oh, what's that? Oh, wow. Oh, cool. Okay, look at your ship. Look at. Accept. Learning to fly. Okay, there we go. How do I go back to my ship though? Alright guys, this is taking me a bit of time to figure out, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm trying to figure out how to get back to my ship. This is notification feed. What else do we have down here? The rock. Tiny ship. Come on, how do I get back to my ship after sort of looking at this? Look at. Where is our ship anyway? I think our ship was kind of over in that direction. Look at. Oh, wow. There's a lot of stuff to look at around here. It still does not solve the problem of where our ship is. Is that our ship? No. Where is our ship? Is that our ship? No. We are lost in space. Ah, there we are. Look at. Oh, there was a chance find. I need to figure out the keys for all this. Okay, so manually control by double clicking anywhere in space. Okay, let's go over there. Ah, wow. Okay, most objects in space have icons. These appear in display in space. So the overview on the right side of your screen. Oh, I see. So this is where everything is. Got it. Oh, target. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Find an object. Abandoned drill. Lock target. Oh, okay. Keep at range. Approach. Okay. Ooh, first kill. Okay, guys, let's do this. Accept. Hostile NPC. Okay, use the radial menu. Orbit. Alright, target lock. It's up here. So, guys, which way is up on this ship? I guess this way is up. Okay, so weapon icon F1 and it's a miner. Okay, why am I shooting at the unlock? Better hoodlum. Lock on. Okay, so we want to keep at range. Alright. Grab the loot. Icon for Rex. Approach. And then, oh gosh, it's all this little menu up here. So how do I, oh, I guess you can move stuff around. Can I just drag? Oh, there we are. Open cargo. Pressing loot all. There we go. Yes. Should always be training, except maybe you want to stop this ship for a while. Stop. Okay. Okay, this is in our cargo now. Character sheet. Open the training queue. Let's drag this open just a little bit more. Skills. Open training queue. Oh, here we are. And drag a skill icon from the collapsible list on the left. Right, so what should we be wow, this is difficult. What should we be training up? Well, I guess I have no idea. Missiles? No. Do we have drones? Yeah, we go. Let's get some drones. Let's get some drone skill points up. 38 minutes. Can we queue this? Oh wow, there we are. You can queue this. So 1 day. There you go. So this is what I was talking about. You have all these different skills, and if I recall correctly, you can get skill books, and they give you new types of skills. And those new types of skills, you can then just kind of queue them up, and this whole list on the left hand side here kind of opens up. You get many more types of skills, and just queue them up. And even when you log off and you're doing your own thing, this is why it's good for me, because I work. You'll still keep training in game. So maybe we want to get some of this targeting stuff up as well. Yeah, let's just throw it on. 38 minutes. Shields? Yeah, why not? Shield operation. Oh, let's do that. Science. Oh, 4 days. Oh my god. Oh, we are level 4, I guess. Scanning. I guess we could do this. Maybe with this build we'll be more of an explorer, I think. Okay. Fly. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the video now. It's been about half an hour. Thank you very much for joining me on this new journey through EVE Online. As I mentioned, I'm learning this, relearning all of this again, and it's all as new to me as it is to all of you guys who are watching to find out more about EVE Online. And for the rest of you who've been long-time players of this, let me know if you have any comments or suggestions. If you guys run a corp and you think it might be fun to have me join you guys, I'm happy to do that. I don't have that much time, honestly, to play this on a regular basis, so I do, but I don't know how much time I will have. I'll do as much as I can, and I'll keep the videos coming. Let me know in the comment section if you have any suggestions for improvement, and I'll see you guys next time.